All right, let me go here. Hey, shalom, shalom. Shalom, Akim, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say call hello, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakahakodash. I want to send double honors to the apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone. I want to send much peace, love, and salutations to all you brothers out there pushing the glory of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah in sincerity and in truth. This is brother Ariala. This is going to be a quick one. This is a little mindset I want to talk about real quick. And because there's going to be more administrative things coming down the pipeline, you know, you got the regional camp heads and the camp heads all across the four corners of the earth, underneath the apostles and elders in the spirit in this doctrine, and just some, you know, just making sure that we're on point moving forward. You know, right now there's a spirit out there of agents, infiltration, propaganda, you know. And then also there's a spirit of just immense growth amongst the camps, immense growth. With the prophecies popping off the page, more and more brothers are coming out. They're coming out listening. They're coming out learning. They're enthusiastic. And hey, man, call hello Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah for that. We even got people that like to come and watch it, but they're so on fire. They're doing their own lessons. They're going out there themselves. We kind of like here in Dallas, we watch over those brothers through the spirit. You know what I mean? They still listen and learn from Great Millstone. They might not have Great Millstone on their name, but they're still kind of underneath that umbrella. And so what I want to talk about today is transparent communication between your camp heads, between the elders you might report to, as far as you camp heads, if you're reporting in, and even us reporting into the upper echelon elders, so to speak, all the elders out of Connecticut and New York, and then apostles themselves, if we do end up reporting in and having to speak with them. You know, there's a culture of the school of the prophets here in Great Millstone. There's a culture, but in order to create that culture, there needs to be transparent communication so that brothers is picking up the culture of the school of the prophets from those who have come before us, right? And so, you know, for us here in GMS Dallas, we have had the blessing to be able to sit at the feet of the apostles and elders many times, to glean information, to hear things, and to be able to bring those things back to Dallas, grow within, bump our heads, have different experiences, be in councils, and grow year by year by year. And certain other brothers in the other main camps, of course, have had that same experience and can attest to what I'm about to talk about, okay? I want to open up with Hebrews, the 13th chapter. And the 16th verse, it says, "But to do good and to communicate, forget not. For with such sacrifices, the Most High is well pleased. Obey them that have the rule over you, and submit yourselves. For they which watch for your souls, as they that must give account, that they may do it with joy and not with grief, for that is unprofitable for you." So whenever we are reporting in, brothers, I say I call it camp or whatever camp, you know, who's a brother that who does very well with just communicating in general. The brother Lawyer out there in Miami, the head that brother, he'll just call me and just chop it up and talk. And in the midst of conversation, it's always something spiritual coming out. You know, something that maybe I've picked up over the years from the apostles or elders, or maybe something that I can look, I might have a forward thought about because we've had counsels on that. But the only way that I can have these things happen in conversation is he's being open, transparent, he's talking to me, and, you know, he's being forthright with whatever's going on. All right. And so that can help guide. So when I'm speaking, like if Elder Manatazak is talking to me, and even though I'm, you know, sometimes if the elder's talking to you, what do you feel? Nervous. It's natural, man. If Apostle Rob Live is talking to me, you know, that's my apostle, that's my elder. I might be a little nervous, you know, because you want to do right by your elders. You want to do right by them who have the rule over you. But if I'm hiding what's really going on inside of me, or if I'm like I don't want to really report the full account, because I don't want this brother to get in trouble. How can that elder, how can that apostle give me proper guidance? You can't get proper guidance from the heads of your camp. You can't get proper guidance from an elder you might be reporting into. You can't get proper guidance from the apostles and elders if you're not transparent about what's going on with you and what's going on within the camp. And then you make it a grief to deal with now, because on the back end, the truth is going to come out. Absolutely. The truth is going to come out. But since you let it stew, since you didn't deal with it transparently, now it's a grief to deal with you. Now it's a grief to deal with the camp. Now it's supposed to be a joy for those that rule over us to be able to deal and come, give advice, maybe admonishment, maybe reproof, maybe edify and uplift. But if you're not transparently communicating and having a spirit of counsel in your mind, how can you glean wisdom from the experience of the apostles, from the experience of those elders? Okay, so some of the younger camps, you're just learning from YouTube. You're just learning from watching YouTube. You can't necessarily get the culture of the school of the prophets from watching videos. This is why it's extremely important for you to communicate. And I'm not saying you badger those who might be over you, but every now and then when you do check in and you do speak, you're transparently talking about what's kind of going on with you in the camp. You're just talking. And you never know how a basic conversation can become extremely edifying. I'll give an example right now. Through the Spirit, we have Apostle Rakah here. And it's just a blessing, right? Because you could just be talking about something willy-nilly that happened, and from that little statement, he'll tell you a story from what happened when he was a young man coming up in the truth. And that story will translate into the mindset you might need to carry with moving forward with what you got going on. Or you might say something, it'll remind him of old counsel that they had from back in the old school. It'll remind him of a way that they handled a situation in the past. It'll remind him of something. And so now you're gleaning and gaining knowledge and wisdom and understanding from his experience. You're allowing his experience to be your foresight. And this expedites the growth of the camp. Because really, in these camps, you want to establish a culture of growth in the spirit. Whether you have a 2-man camp, 6-man camp, 10-man camp, 20+ man camp, there's a different way to go about that. And the only way for you to really successfully learn is to transparently communicate. What does it look like for a camp head with a 4-people camp? What does it look like for an officer in an 8-man camp? What does it mean to be an officer? How do you undo it? You just got a title? You just I do my sit downs and I show up to class. The only way to really establish a culture within the camp, to a culture of growth, is to transparently communicate. I hope this is making sense. And if this is making sense, let me know on the comment board. Okay. Here in the book of Proverbs, the 4th chapter, and the 7th verse, it says, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Okay? And how do we do this, man? We do this by counseling, working within the scriptures. Of course, you're going to learn from the videos and stuff like that. But some of the things that you learn as far as being a man, as far as being a prophet within this truth and navigating your feelings, your emotions, things you're going through, Satan jumping in your head, telling you this, and it's all BS. Some of those things you don't learn from the video. Some of those things you learn from just having a conversation with a brother, from calling for somebody, from just being transparent and open. Now, does this mean you being all weak and like, I don't know what to do? No, but you're going through this thing with transparent communication, okay? And you're being clear about it, right? Because you don't know if you're a young man in a camp and you giving a false report to one of the officers, or not a false report, a half-ass report. And now that officer is having to check in with an elder and they got a half-ass report. Now that elder is looking at your camp head like he's trash, or like what the hell's going on with this brother? He don't know what the hell's going on in his camp. And because of your lack of communication, now you got the whole camp being looked at as like kind of a wishy-washy camp, man. Open, transparent communication with what's going on in camp is critical for creating a culture of growth in general. You want to be mindful of this, man. You want to be mindful of this. Stop trying to, you think you protecting yourself and brothers by giving half information when you actually hindering brothers. All right. So wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all that, get understanding. A lot of times, that understanding, you can get understanding from a person that has experience. All right. So be mindful of that. All right. This is Sirach, the 32nd chapter and the 18th verse. It says, start at 17. Everybody loves this scripture. A sinful man will not be reproved, but find an excuse according to his will. I just didn't want to bother brothers. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be a burden to nobody. Well, you are being a burden, and your decision making is trash. Get some counsel. Okay? Get over it. Verse 18. A man of counsel will be considerate. What happens when you talk to somebody else? They give you a broader perspective outside of your perspective usually. When I'm speaking with the Apostle Rakal, if I'm speaking with Elder Menatazak or Apostle Ramlab, sometimes if I get the blessing to do that, I might say something and then they'll say something on top of that, but it's a broader perspective in the spirit. And I'm like, damn, why didn't I think of that? And they're like, damn, why didn't you think of that? No, that's just kidding, But hey, after that, what happened? I'm upgraded. I'm more considerate. Now, when I go into the next experience in my life, I can go into the experience with understanding and confidence, right? It says, but a strange and proud man is not daunted with fear, even when of himself he have done without counsel. Do nothing without advice, and when thou hast once done, repent not. Okay? So you have to be mindful, man. Be mindful. Okay, you brothers that might have rank within the camp, you say you in the camp, you teach the classes. You're not just teaching the class. That's why I don't like when we tell brothers, stop teaching class over the phone. Y'all get together and teach class, man. Why? Because now you can see the brothers that in the camp who what level they on. You know where to work with a brother. You know the personalities of a brother, so you know how to deal with the brother. Then you, as an officer, you reporting in what you see to maybe the second or third in command. Well, this, boom, 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 this brother right here, da, 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 da. So now from the second and the third in command's experience, they can tell you, because they worked with your ass to build you up, they can tell you, okay, well, next time y'all do this, but you ever think about coming and approaching it this way? Okay, think about doing that. And now you get upgraded as an officer. You see? So on and so forth. But the communication has to be open and transparent. You can't be like, oh, I'm going to tell the brother about this because, he might get on to the brother. I don't want him to think the brother wicked. Brother's going to use spiritual discernment, man. Apostles and elders are going to use spiritual discernment about the matters that come up. Okay? We're in a time where we need to be tight-knit. Okay? We gotta remain mindful of this. Okay? All right. Galatians chapter 6, verse 6, it says, let him that is taught in the word communicate unto him that teacheth in all things. Okay, so there has to be not a culture of just hiding and waiting until the last minute to communicate and talk. There needs to be a culture of making sure that we're speaking. Y'all brothers should be getting together personally getting together, especially if you have a smaller camp. Oh, that brother lives an hour away. Well, fucking drive. Stop being so damn lazy. Shoot, here in Texas, everything is 45 minutes. You can drive once a week, twice a week, okay? Or at least once every other week, you know what I mean? Because that's the only way you're going to develop a culture, a unit, a bond. And when you have that unit, that bond, the spirit is magnified. The Most High commandeth the blessing. But so camp heads, second, thirds, officers, you should be wanting to create that culture, and you learn more about that culture from those who came before you. But in order to glean and gain, nobody's gonna be chasing your ass around. The apostles and the elders are not gonna chase us around. They're busy. We're chasing them. We're getting it from them. When we first came in, we was chasing them. Getting it. And then they tell us, hey, you go do it now. You go. Okay, and if they have an issue, call in, talk about what's going on. Get edified, get reproved, get rebuked, get whatever happens out of it. But what's going to happen? Understanding, knowledge, competence, confidence. Okay? You newer camps, brothers that really have never got to be around the apostles and elders, you should be more consistently reporting into maybe your regional camp head or the person that's over your camp that you're reporting into. Just speaking about, hey man, we got classes on these days. I was thinking about this. This brother, man, I want him to speak more, but I don't know. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, it's a business, man. It's a business. Okay, build it. Get that spiritual treasure up in there, man. Get that money, man. Do better at it. Get better at it, right? We're doing something. We're operating, right? So we'll understand and learn how to operate more effectively. And then definitely there's going to be more brothers. We're going to be pushing more. Okay? So if you're getting them random calls from brothers, don't run. It's all love though, Proverbs chapter 19, verse 20 says, hear counsel and receive instruction, that thou mayest be wise in thy latter end. There are many devices in a man's heart and a man's mind. Nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord, that shall stand. Okay? So you can have all these thoughts and things and going on in your head, but the counsel of the Lord, that's what's going to stand, man. And the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is dealing with the apostles and elders and brothers that are set up in these different camps, man. Beautiful brothers. Okay? Brothers love. Okay? But you can't allow your own personal things and brother don't like me. Get over yourself. Nobody thinking about you like that. No one's walking around thinking about your ass all day. Get over yourself. Okay? Counsel is extremely important, but transparent communication within counsel is paramount. And what we're seeing is these half reports on this and that, protecting your own ego in the report, trying to protect another brother in the report, And so when when the spirit has a deep dive happen, now you got all this and all that going on. It was like, well, you tell me that last time we talked. I noticed this didn't pop up in 2 days. You wasn't being transparent. And so that's an issue. In order to create that culture of the school of the prophets, which is what the apostles really teach and pass down. Because you around the apostles and the elders, man, it's a spirit of growth. You might have a little bit of might talk about boxing or something random, but most of the time it's like we talking about scriptures or I'm telling you, if you get around one of the elders, get around one of the apostles, and they start going in on how they came up, you gonna start learning. You gonna learn, bro. Just be quiet and listen. You gonna learn. I'm telling you, some of the best learning I've ever had was just sitting and listening. So it's an old story, something the apostle brought out. Those are some of the best teachings, man, because you're learning how they grew, how they became a man, and you gleaning from that experience. Okay, and now that's something you can take, you can live in your life, and then you can pass down to the next brother. Okay, seeing how the apostles and elders talk and deal with each other changed my life. Completely changed my life. I saw men treat each other like brothers, man, in order. I was like, damn, there's a whole nother level to this thing. Okay? So there's a culture, there's a way, there's a spirit that you're not going to necessarily just get from watching videos, man. There's a way that you got to be in tune in this thing. Okay? So if you got a camp set up and you in a certain region and you report in, be honest with what's going on so you can get that good information, so you can get that understanding, so you can take it to your camp and implement it. Don't just try to get a counsel. Oh yeah, we good, bro. It's all good, bro. Report in. What you doing? What's going on? Why are you doing it? How did you come up with that decision? Who's doing that? What are you looking for in your second in command? Is y'all relationship tight? What's going on? So you can grow. Create a culture of growth. Grow up. All right. This is Sirach chapter 40. You know, 20 verse 23. It says, "A friend and companion never meet amiss, but above both is a wife with her husband. Brethren and help are against time of trouble, but alms shall deliver more than them both. Gold and silver make the foot stand sure, but counsel is esteemed above them both." You see that? You see that? You see that hierarchy, man? That's what's going to keep your mind stable whenever the times of tribulation, the winds of tribulation are coming. That's what's going to have you dig and rooted in when you close to brothers, when you close and you got counsel and your minds are unified. It's like having a stake deeper in the ground, right? So we have a network of brothers. It's like they talk about the redwood forest over in California, right? And those big tall trees, they go sprout high in the sky, right? It's like a network of these massive trees. Not only do those roots spread far out as far as width in the ground, right? But they also run deep. And that's what counsel does. That's when you counsel helps you get more deeply rooted in this thing. Now, us as a network of brothers, we spread out. So we got a wide foundation, but to stick that foundation deeper and deeper and deeper into the ground, we got to have transparent communication, which creates a deeper level of understanding amongst the camps and a unified front in the spirit. That's right, a network of care. Let's go, champ. That's right. Khan. You know, brothers is getting me. Khan. Elder Yatazak. I'm a witness to what Elder. Yep. He knows, man. You got to sit at the feet of the apostle. Anybody that's got to sit at the feet of the apostle and elder know what I'm talking about. Know what it's like to sit in a room and just be a fly on the wall. You leave different. You leave upgraded. You leave a better man. You know, times to be around Apostle Har. And just to see his youth-like spirit in this thing, how fervent he is at his age. It pushes you. Apostle Gabar, like spiritual Batman. I didn't put that video up. We was just talking to him like 2 seconds ago. You see a being on your phone, Apostle Gabar just put a video up. Wait a minute. We was just eating. You know? It pushes you. You know? It's good. Apostle Rakal, Apostle Ramla, all the elders, man. Okay, we have a great foundation in a tremendous leadership, but in order to take that all that wisdom and understanding and implant it and have it spread throughout the camps and have all the camps have deep roots in this thing, well, you got to have open and transparent communication. The apostles and elders can't necessarily do one-on-ones with everybody. So when you reporting in, you got to make sure that you're getting game. But the only way you can get game is if you're actually being open and clear about what's up with you. Okay? That's right. You learn how to deal with different spirits. All those type of things, man. You learn how to deal with your own spirit. Because you never know. You'll be around something going on with you that you haven't even identified, but because the elder might have experience and see it in you, and they call it out of you. And they speaking on you like, damn, I didn't realize I was tripping, but I am. So now you know what to pray for. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to talk about that because I wanted to push this because we're in a time where brothers, I'm telling you, you can't have this I'm a great millstone. I did my videos. Spirit, like you don't know what the fuck is going on. Okay? You got to get in the game. Okay. So the only way you can do that is making sure that you're checking in. You know what I'm saying? And you have to work that out with whatever region you're in, whoever you report into. And this goes for the officers reporting into their heads, the heads reporting in to the regional heads, and us regionals reporting in up top, and whoever we speak to consistently. So so the body understands what's going on. So if there's ailments or something that needs to be dealt with, it gets dealt with and handled and not blown out of proportion. And this removes the likelihood of whole ass niggas in your camp because they get identified because y'all tight. It's hard to identify a whole ass nigga over the phone. You a camp head, but you don't never get with your camp. Yeah, we had class, man. We have class once a week. We jump on the conference call. You don't know them brothers. You don't know what the heck is going on with them. Okay? So you have to establish that culture. It's extremely important. All right? That's right. Being untransparent can hinder your spiritual awareness. That's exactly right. Sirach 6:36. And if thou seest a man of understanding, get thee betimes unto him, and let thy foot wear the steps of his door. That's right. That's right, man. Yeah, you want to get around those men as much as allowable. You want to get around those men as much as allowable, bro. I see Apostle Call, he'll show up to class where the young brothers are flocking over there. That's smart. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's like I step away because I know what's going down, But by the time we over here eating chicken by ourselves, all the young brothers over there with Apostle Call, like, damn, we can't get no love. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, brothers, communicate transparently and be mindful and intentional about it. Okay. Be mindful and intentional about it. And if you don't know what to do, hey, talk to the person who you report into, have a conversation about it and build on it. Okay. Brothers that have rank and you're the one that everybody's reporting to and you don't know what the hell you're doing, that means you need to probably ask more questions as well. All right. So with that, man, I just want to say, hey, Lord willing, that was edifying and that made sense. I just wanted to jump on real quick and talk about that. Call hello Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah by Hashem Rakah HaKodash. I want to send double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Much peace, love, and salutations to all you out there pushing the word of sincerity and truth. Shalom.